Hi, my name is Michelle Osorio and I'm going to talk about Carolina Herrera. Maybe a lot of people ask about is there a fashion house from Latin American that is an icon in the industry? And the answer is yes. Carolina Herrera is the most successful Latin American brand in the haute couture industry. Something that has been appreciated over the years due to the great recognition that the brand and the creator have had. For decades, the designer Carolina Herrera has been awarded for her excellent work in the industry, and her fashion house reached many corners around the world. Family life. When we are talking about a fashion house, it's impossible to talk about the founder or the creator because it's the person who have the credit of the success of the brand. Carolina Herrera is the creator and designer of her brand. She was born in January 8 in 1939 in Caracas, Venezuela, and she wore with the name of Maria Carolina Josefina Pacanis Niño. Carolina Herrera has three sisters, and her parents were Guillermo Pacanis, who was an aviator and governor of the city of Caracas, the capital of Venezuela, and her mother was Maria Cristina Niño. Carolina was born and raised in a family belonging to high society of Venezuela and surround herself with the same people. Therefore, throughout her life, she was used to attending events where people use haute couture designer suits. For Carolina, it was very normal to see beautiful designs, in addition to the fact that her grandmother and her mother traveled to Europe to have dresses made by the best designer of the time. In one of the trips made to Europe as a family, Carolina Herrera, with less of 15 years old, met the renowned designer Cristobal Balenciaga, and she also attended some fashion shows. However, when Carolina grew up, she didn't imagine that she would dedicate herself to be a designer. It was not something that she thought from her youth. Also, according to her mother, she affirmed that Carolina is very creative, and since she was a little girl, she has a lot of imagination. Adult life. As the years went by, Carolina married at the age of 18 with a young man belonging to the high society of Venezuela named Guillermo Virrey Tello, with whom she has two daughters. And however, this marriage didn't last too long. When Carolina got divorced, she went with her daughters to their parents' house to live, and that's when she began to work in a public relations for a fashion brand. After a few years, she married with Reinaldo Herrera, who was the director of Vanity Fair magazine. He is the person who gave her the last name Herrera, which Carolina is recognized in the world of fashion. And she also has two more daughters with her second and current husband. According to the H.C. Wilson Company, says that Carolina spent around 2 decades being an icon of the good dress worldwide. In addition to only dedicating herself to raising her daughters and traveling between Caracas, Paris, New York, and other countries. But it wasn't until the age of 42 that she decided to step into the world of fashion by following advice from some friends. Carolina Herrera started into the world of fashion. Carolina enters to the world of haute couture with 20 dresses, and she showed in New York. With the excellent response of the people, she traveled to Venezuela because she needed help with some tailors to create a big collection. When she getting the support that she need, she created the first official collection, and a short time later, she had into display in her new boutique in Manhattan in the year of 1980. After many years, Carolina Herrera brand was established around the world and achieved great success. Although many people wanted to take the credit for her achievement because they say that okay, she had come from a rich family and everything is possible with money, but she affirmed that this was not the reason for the success, and also said that for her to be able to make incredible garments, make collections attached to her style and good taste, with the elegance and impeccability that characterizes her. A very important achievement for the designer was being able to dress important and influential people around the world, such as Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, the Queen Elizabeth II, Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, the Princess Elizabeth of Yugoslavia, and others. During her years of career, she was recognized for her work, and in addition to having the privilege of having influential people in the world use her designs. She was recognized with different awards, including the gold medal for fine arts, which was awarded by King Juan Carlos I of Spain. Conclusion. We can conclude that Carolina Herrera is the most successful Latin American brand in the fashion industry, but also Carolina Herrera, the designer, is the most successful Latin American woman in the fashion industry. Not only because of the quality of the design, but also because of the trajectory of the brand. If it were not for all the experience that Carolina had to go through, maybe the brand would not exist today. In addition to the great influence that she had from his youth with her mother and grandmother, who showed her the world of fashion from the best perspective, but demonstrating the flawless work like that of designers Herrera with this, it's not necessary to say how good it is. As Vogue says, what began as an adventure for the designer today has become a commercial success with a presence in a lot of countries. To finish, I have a quote for Carolina Herrera, a famous quote, and she said, "Education is the first dress for the party of life." Thank you for your attention.